YouTube, where you at, gang? Welcome back to the channel. College basketball player set up for M. This one caught my attention, man, because if you guys don't know, back when I was in high school, my #1 goal at the time was to be in the NBA. Ball is life, basketball was everything. You know, I even got a Division I scholarship, but I eventually decided to drop out to focus on content creation. Things worked out all right for me. My main channel is over 200,000 subscribers now. I'm blessed. I'm very appreciative. And the love and support that you guys have been showing on this channel is unmatched. We are on the way to 3,000 subs. Make some noise for yourself. Thank you very much. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. Let's not waste no time. Let's get right into the video. I'm not sure if this is a situation where he was set up or if he's a criminal and deserves whatever the hell is coming to him. Let's get right into it.
You're a highly recruited college basketball player. After going from the streets of Chicago to Georgetown University on scholarship, you transfer to New Mexico State, have a breakout season, finally becoming a starter. You hear you're having a game against a rival school, and then the girl you've been chasing hears you'll be there, so she invites you to spend a night with her on campus. Unknown to you though, she's not alone, and setting you up to throw away everything you work for. On October 15th, 2022, a football game was taking place between the University of New Mexico and New Mexico State, and as is common at college football games, a fight broke out. Now, it's unclear how the dispute began, but seen clearly on videos uploaded by students are two New Mexico State basketball players, one of them being Mike Peake, and on the other side of the fight, a few UNM students that appear to have been on the losing side of this scuffle, something they would apparently remember. Brandon Travis, the man seen being picked up off the ground, was a 19-year-old medical student from California, and at the time of Mike Peake's upcoming basketball game, the video of the fight had been circulating around campus for about a month, and according to his friends, he had seen the video many times and likely wanted some revenge. Now
It's crazy because this is another student that seems to have had, you know, something set up for himself. He was in school, he's in college, he's not like I don't know what his background is, but at the end of the day, he was in college and had the opportunity to make something out of himself. So, I get you got your ass beat for whatever reason, my nigga. But whatever stupid ass shit you thinking right now, it is not worth it, bro.
Here's where we get to Maya Hill, also known as Honey. She was a 17-year-old freshman at UNM at the time, and according to Maya, she had been texting Mike for some time. She claims that Mike was eager to meet up with her because he wanted to have sex, but they were at two different schools. And knowing that he was involved in a big fight just a few weeks prior at her school, it probably would have been wiser for her to come visit him. And this is where it gets confusing. Maya states that Brandon and his friends found out that she was texting Mike. From here, she says that they made her agree to lure him into a trap so they could beat him up. The problem with this is, I don't buy that Maya was forced to do anything. For Brandon and his friends to discover who she was texting, they had to have been close to her. Even more suspicious is the fact that she told police she first met Peake at the game where the fight occurred. Regardless, on November 18th, 2022, the New Mexico State basketball team arrives in Albuquerque a day early for their big game. The team checks into the DoubleTree Hotel and are given a midnight curfew. Peake and two other players are at first not accounted for until 1:15 a.m. when assistant coach Taylor states he saw Mike Peake and two other men enter the hotel and point at the elevator. But they may have just been going to get dressed, as all three soon left the hotel again, possibly all on their way to meet women. Now Peake didn't ride with his two teammates, as he was texting Maya Hill letting her know that he was in town and trying to get invited to her dorm room, which he does. But she wasn't sitting in her dorm texting him. She was actually hanging out in Brandon's room with two other guys, so it doesn't seem very likely that she did anything against her will since she went to Brandon's dorm after midnight willingly. And in this room, the four of them went over the plan. Maya was to have Peake meet her near Coronado Hall, a larger co-ed dorm on campus, and walk him to a corner where Brandon and two other men would be waiting for him. And Brandon could finally...
Mind you, this is months after the situation, my nigga. You got your ass beat. This nigga really was like, nah, fuck that. I'm getting it back in blood. I'm throwing the rest of my career away, everything away. All my studies away just so I could beat this basketball player's ass. Like, nigga, Niggas really be crashing, dude.
They get his payback. The problem with this is one that I've seen personally in my own time at college. You get so caught up in living in a world full of your peers, and you forget where you are. And for a lot of kids, freshman year in college is the first time living without rules and restrictions. And this is how things go too far. Brandon and his friends seemingly intended to end Mike's basketball career since they chose to bring bats and even a gun for the planned setup.
Why? If you really was just gonna beat his ass, just leave it at that. These niggas be so pussy, bro.
But coming from Chicago and worried about his safety, Mike also forgot where he was when he violated the policy by bringing his own firearm on the team bus ride to Albuquerque. And he likely knew that there would be someone wanting to do harm to him on campus if he was ever caught. But what he failed to see is that meeting this girl was simply not worth the risk at all. But at 3 a.m., Peak finally meets up with Maya after she texts him asking him to hurry. And it was at this moment, after walking to a corner in the complex, that 3 men ran out of the shadows and Maya disappeared as she was instructed. Caught completely off guard, Mike was suddenly looking down a barrel with Brandon on the other end. And just then, one of the other men hit Mike in the knee with a bat before a small tussle ensued and Mike started to run away. Now, it was at this moment that both of their fates were sealed. And surrounded, Mike was backed against the wall, barely able to run away on an injured leg. But when Brandon noticed that Mike was also armed, he made the decision that cost him his life. He fired at Mike, striking him in the leg, causing Mike, still running, to fire back, striking and killing Brandon. Brandon's fate was now clear. He was gone. Now, as of 2024, the last of the court proceedings are going on, with Brandon's 2 co-conspirators being charged and pleading out to little time served, since I believe they were all first offenders. The 17-year-old Maya Hill took a plea deal where she only received 3 years of probation. It's still debatable whether she actually feels bad about the whole thing or not. But Mike Peak, a future NBA prospect, shortly after the judge ruled that he would not be charged since he acted in self-defense, he was still suspended indefinitely from his basketball program.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as I heard it, I was like, he's going to get off with self-defense. Because it really was self-defense. And as long as he was in a state where he was legally able to carry, like, in the eyes of the law, he's good. But the thing about sports, bro, especially on the come-up, they don't fuck with controversy, man. You caught a body, somebody died, what happened? Yeah, self-defense, like, you're cooked. You would have had to have already been in the NBA and honestly be somebody that is valuable to a team for them to kind of be like, no, it's a crazy situation. It was 100% self-defense. Everything's going to be okay. And you still probably would have lost a lot of money from like brand deals and sponsorships and shit because, again, this sports shit, bro, you know, anytime it comes to this entertainment, like high-level entertainment in sports, they do not fuck with controversy. Anything that looks red, even if it's not your fault, you getting cooked, man. You know, but I do feel bad for brother. I do feel bad because he was set up. He was set up. You know, I can sit here and act like, oh, he shouldn't have been fucking around with girls before game night and, you know, kind of be like a square about it. But it's like, my nigga, you 18, 19, 20, 21, great, you're a good basketball player, you know, you're the man on campus, you know, you're focused for the most part, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he was out here in the streets and doing bullshit, like, he just wanted to go fuck with some hoes, and it cost him everything, bro, you know? Now, again, time and place, you got to do a better job of vetting the women that you're dealing with, and it's like, that I can hyper focus on, but it's like it could have happened to anybody, bro. What took place with this brother right here, it could have happened to anybody, man. And I actually feel sick to my stomach, you know, hearing that this was the outcome.
When the police interviewed his assistant coaches, one coach remarked that Brandon may never play another second of basketball for that program, but what he really meant was he may never play a second of college basketball ever again. No program was going to want to take on the baggage that Mike now had, with the coaching staff saying that they had never even gotten into contact with Mike's family since he started, indicating that he didn't really have any family support at all.
Damn. Fuck. Damn.
He seemingly completely disappeared as of 2024, and I can't seem to find anything about him. And he entered the transfer portal in 2023, but as of 2024, no program has taken a chance on him. And unfortunately, this is just another cautionary tale of lust. Mike was young, and maybe he couldn't see that meeting this girl wasn't worth whatever risk he thought it posed. And this girl, what was her actual motive for setting up?
Yeah, it's fucking, again, I don't know for sure, but as far as the information I'm hearing right now, this bitch ain't nothing. She's dirty, man. She's slime ball from top to bottom, bro. Because she was sitting there posting up with niggas in their room before the whole shit. She went to their shit. Like, she was up to no good from the get-go, man. Damn, bro. I feel bad for bro. Again, it is lust, though, y'all. It really is lust, like, regardless of the fact that I do genuinely feel like it could have happened to anybody, it'd be lust, man. It'd be lust. You just want to go hook up with a bitch for the night. A girl that you're not taking serious. And I guess the biggest lesson, man, is like, don't just be hooking up with randoms, bro. Try to get to know, like, as fucking lame as it sounds, my nigga, it's not worth it, bro. When you see shit like this play out, there's so many different variations in the multiverse of bullshit that be coming out of lust, bro. So if you gonna take a chance on a woman, it still might not work out, but at least let it be somebody that you are actively vetting, actively talking to, actively building a relationship with. And if it don't work out, it don't work out. But, it's at least a lot less room for, crazy situations like this. You know what I'm saying? Because at least you can at least feel like the woman that you're dealing with actually give a fuck about you. Damn it, bro. This one actually is really got my heart feeling heavy, bro.
Such a thing.
Yeah, that's it. Well, you know what it is, man. I'm gonna keep bringing y'all these bangers. Crazy story. Y'all let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and if you guys have any updates on the situation, that would be very interesting and useful as well. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Where you at, gang? I'll see you on the next one.
Where you at, Berto?